guys, welcome back. NJ Rail Fanning, NJT here. This is going to be my first layout update slash tour video. I'm probably just going to call it an update, but right now it's going to have to be a tour because I haven't had any other updates. So this is going to be episode 1 where I'm going to showcase a bunch of new things that I've been putting in and work I've been doing. I recently bought some snow, or not real snow, but model snow to put down. I thought it looks nicer as a model instead of just nothing. So I put that down. It looks really nice with some of the guys in the buildings. Like that factory over there, that's like one of my favorite. So walking around, we're starting off with church and my police station. I'm using some Legos for some things until I get a lot of figures. So I'm using a lot of Legos. So right here is our fire station. I put on the front of it County of Bridgewater Fire Department. This whole thing, I'm imagining that it is Bridgewater County. So right now this is Bedford, and I'm going to call out all the towns as we go around. So this big red brick building in front of me, I picked it up at a train show for $10, even though I think it really should have been $30. And it was kind of like a foldable that I didn't realize. And there was no roof, so I had to take cardboard, glue it on there, put little vents on the top. So I think that looks pretty good for a roof. Over here is the school, and once again I did just start putting down snow. That's why behind it there's a lot of missing snow all over the place, like by this one lone tree where I have to get more trees for all this stuff. Over here we have some HO scale buildings. I thought they looked pretty nice. I couldn't just look past them for a cheap price. So I got all these O scale buildings. And over here by this factory I have 2 Plasticville houses, and I'm using those as quote-unquote storage sheds under construction for the factory over there, as the track makes a big single curve over here. And then it goes into my main station right down on the straightaway. Right here we have a truck clearing the road for drivers, and next to that in the parking lot there is a man talking to police officers about a hit and run with that red vehicle over there. That's kind of why it looks falling apart. So that's one other thing. By the water tower, which don't know why I did that. I put a water tower in a parking lot, so just don't question me on that. Over here is that main station where the track goes straight on by, and then you can either go into the yard area or just keep on looping around. Over here is where most of my factories and things are. Right here is my power plant. I have to make a bunch of things here instead of those bricks or little blocks. And over here is kind of my favorite little detail, is the smoke coming out of the smokestack for the factory. And these little platforms next to the track also make it great for me to put some box cars there, and that'll be a nice easy setting. Over here are 2 more HO scale buildings next to a fence and some bushes that line the tracks as they go past down onto the route. Over here we have a Metro North M7 set and a mixed freight coming out of the yard. Has no engine with it right now, it's just sitting there under the signal bridge. That's a Plasticville one. This one is a Lionel one. And it does light up. I'm not sure if it's on now. But when I put like a train through it, it doesn't really change to red to show that the signal block is occupied. So I have to figure out what that's about. Over here we have a little family farm. And I tried to make it look like there was a creek going through it. I still never cleared the snow off of it. I'm trying to make it look like a creek. I'm not sure if it does or not. It looks kind of purple to me. But then we have the barn that goes connected to the road on this side, and the little farmhouse on the main road. And these Department 56 walls, I'm not sure if anyone saw my Instagram, but these walls are perfect. They're from Department 56, and they line my split off of the main line really well. But I just need to get more of them so they can go all the way down here where all the tracks meet up, aka the Jefferson Portal. And here's a kind of little thing I made. I probably should have made an overpass, which I probably will do. I tried to paint a little stop sign, whatever that, and then a little one-way crossover. On the other side, there's the billboard and some road work going on with the UPS van trying to get through. And So I unofficially declared that the last point of this area that's completed over here ends right here. So this is all uncompleted over here. So now as we go down here past all these tracks that meet up, there is a little siding with two Union Pacific AA units in there with some Santa Fe and Union Pacific piggyback trailers next to a little shed with a little Lionel caboose. So right here is where my little switch is. This really helps me flip trains around if I need to make them go the other way for any kind of revenue service, so that it's kind of like New Jersey Transit does, back and forth. And down here is also where I have a little station for any trains that pull in, but right now there are two cabooses there and a small little freight thing that I have to figure out how to fit another yard in here, because this area over here is not big enough for 1 yard. I might just make it another, or not another yard, but like a town within a freight yard, so that the trains can have, or so that the passenger trains can have their own little yard down there that I'll have to add on with some plywood. So anyway, down here we have a little station. I didn't name the station yet. I usually have names for my stations. Like that one is just Bedford New Jersey Transit Station, right by the interlocking. And here we have a bunch of Express and Illinois Central cars, passenger cars here with the New Jersey Transit GP40 in here. Down here it comes back to the main line, which wraps around the whole thing and has a little station stop here so that passengers can transfer from Express to local. So right next to my big incomplete Plasticville coal tower.